Hello and welcome to Movie Rob. Yes, it's me, actually. I have shaved off my beard. I believe this is my first episode without my beard, but don't worry, it's still me. Today we're gonna have a look at some sports. In fact, a sports movie franchise that I believe is the most successful and most popular ever, at least in my opinion. It's the Rocky Balboa franchise. So we have a lot of movies to go through. We're gonna have a look at each one, what it's about, and how much money it made, and also a little bit maybe about the making of each film. So hope you enjoy this. Rocky is a 1976 sports drama starring and written by Sylvester Stallone. The film follows Rocky Balboa, a small time boxer from Philadelphia, who gets the unlikely chance to fight world heavyweight champion Apollo Creed after another challenger is injured. While Rocky is considered an underdog with little chance of winning, he trains hard and gains confidence, supported by his shy girlfriend Adrian and his tough trainer Mickey. More than just a boxing story, the film focuses on determination, self respect, and proving one's worth. The making of Rocky has become one of the most famous success stories in Hollywood history. Sylvester Stallone was a struggling actor with a very little money when he wrote the screenplay in only a few days after watching a boxing match between Muhammad Ali and Chuck Wepner. Studios wanted to buy the script but preferred a major star in the lead role. Stallone refused to sell it unless he could play Rocky himself. Eventually, producers Irvin Winkler and Robert Chartoff agreed, though the film was made on a very small budget of around $1 million. Director John G. Avildsen filmed many scenes on real Philadelphia streets to save money and create a realistic atmosphere. The famous training montage, including Rocky running up the steps of the Philadelphia Museum of Art, became one of the most iconic moments in cinema. Actor Carl Weathers played Apollo Creed, while Talia Shire played Adrian. Upon release, Rocky became a massive critical and commercial success. It won three Academy Awards, including Best Picture, and turned Stallone into an international star. The film also launched one of cinema's most successful franchises, with numerous sequels continuing Rocky Balboa's story for decades.
I've been coming in for 6 years, and 6 years you've been sticking it to me. I want to know how come.
You want to know?
I want to know how!
Okay, I'm going to tell you. Because you had the talent to become a good fighter. And instead of that, you became a leg breaker. Some cheap, second-rate loan shark.
To living?
It's a waste of life.
Come on! Want to hit on me? Come on! I'll break both your arms so they don't work for you.
Rocky, do you believe that America is the land of opportunity?
Yeah.
Apollo Creed does. And he's going to prove it to the whole world by giving an unknown a shot at the title.
I need your help about 10 years ago, right? 10 years ago. You never helped me. You didn't care.
Well, if you wanted help. I say, if you wanted help, why didn't you ask? Why didn't you just ask me, kid?
Look, I asked, but you never heard nothing.
Nobody's ever gone the distance with Creed. And if I can go that distance, seeing that bell rings and I'm still standing, I weren't just another bum from the neighborhood. Wish me luck. I'm gonna need it.
Good luck.
Don't leave town.
Down, stay down.
Released on December the 3rd, 1976, it was made on a budget of $960,000 and made a staggering $225 million at the box office. Rocky II is the 1979 sequel to the original Rocky and continues the story of boxer Rocky Balboa after his brutal first fight with Apollo Creed. Following the match, Rocky struggles with fame, money problems, and pressure from the public. Believing he has proven himself, Rocky decides to retire from boxing and focus on his relationship with Adrian. However, Apollo Creed becomes obsessed with defeating Rocky properly after critics claim the first fight was a fluke. When Apollo publicly challenges him to a rematch, Rocky eventually returns to training despite personal hardships, including Adrian's serious medical complications after giving birth. The film builds towards another dramatic championship fight between the two rivals. The film was written by and starred Sylvester Stallone, who also took over directing duties from John G. Avildsen. After the enormous success of the first film, Stallone wanted greater creative control over the sequel and worked to make the story more emotional and character-driven, while still delivering a major boxing finale. Much of the movie was again filmed in Philadelphia, helping preserve the gritty atmosphere of the original. Returning cast members included Talia Shire as Adrian, Carl Weathers as Apollo Creed, and Burgess Meredith as Mickey. The boxing scenes were made larger and more elaborate than in the first film, reflecting the bigger budget and growing popularity of the franchise. Rocky II was a major box office success and proved that the original was not a one-time hit. Audiences especially connected with the emotional relationship between Rocky and Adrian, as well as Rocky's determination to overcome self-doubt.
He wants to bury you. He wants to humiliate you. He wants to prove to the whole world that it was nothing but some kind of a freak the first time out.
Rocky, his whole life was 1,000,000 to 1 shot, but he's about to show the world he's 1 in 1,000,000.
Why don't you stand up and fight this guy hard like you done before? That was beautiful.
Rocky II, the story continues.
I was wondering if you wouldn't mind marrying me very much.
I do.
Thanks.
The love continues.
You're the best thing ever come in my crazy life.
Faster! Faster!
The courage.
The doctor said you shouldn't fight anymore.
You recommended I don't fight, and I recommend that I do.
The challenge.
I want all of America, I want the whole world to see me destroy this man after 2 short rounds.
Rocky, do you think you have a chance this time against Apollo?
I don't know, he looks pretty mad.
The hope.
I never asked you to stop being a woman, you know. Please, don't ask me to stop being a man.
The tears.
He's gonna get hurt because of you.
Well, if he goes blind, you walk away. I can't. I love him. You!
The joy.
He's really yours? Adrian, I can't believe you've done this.
The pain.
Don't worry about nothing. You just sleep as long as you want, okay? I'm gonna be here when you wake up.
The struggles.
You go back to being a two-bit nut.
The dreams.
I think we ought to knock his block off.
Absolutely.
15 rounds for the heavyweight championship of the world. I think you're gonna see a real great battle in every sense of the word.
That's what this fight is going to be. It's going to be a war.
You're going down, man. You're going down.
The most electrifying rematch in motion picture history. Rocky II, starring Sylvester Stallone, Talia Shire, Burt Young, Carl Weathers, and Burgess Meredith. Rocky II, the story continues.
Released on June 15, 1979, the film was made on a $7 million budget and made a worldwide box office total of $200 million. Rocky III is the third installment in the Rocky series and follows Rocky Balboa after he has become world heavyweight champion and a global celebrity. Now wealthy and successful, Rocky begins to lose hunger and determination that once drove him. His life changes when he faces Clubber Lang, a fierce and aggressive challenger who believes Rocky has become weak. After suffering a devastating defeat and the loss of his longtime trainer Mickey, Rocky falls into depression and questions whether he can continue boxing. Former rival Apollo Creed steps in to train him, teach Rocky a faster and more modern fighting style in preparation for the rematch with Clubber Lang. The film was written, directed, and starred Sylvester Stallone, who wanted to give the series a more energetic and more modern tone compared to the earlier films. The movie introduced a stronger emphasis on action, music, and spectacle, helping redefine the franchise for the 1980s. Stallone also significantly increased his physical training and bodybuilding for the role, giving Rocky a more muscular appearance than in previous films. One of the film's most memorable additions was Mr. T as Clubber Lang. His intense personality and famous line, "I pity the fool," became part of pop culture history. The movie also featured the iconic song "Eye of the Tiger" by Survivor, which was specifically written for the film. Another notable moment was the appearance of wrestler Hulk Hogan in the film's wrestling exhibition scene. The movie mixed boxing with entertainment spectacle, reflecting the growing popularity of sports entertainment during the era. Rocky III was a huge commercial success and became one of the most recognizable entries in the franchise. It transformed Rocky from an underdog character into a larger than life cultural icon, while still focusing on themes of fear, motivation, and personal redemption.
Now, when we fought, you had that eye of the tiger, man, the edge. And now you got to get it back. And the way to get it back is to go back to the beginning. You know what I mean?
United Artists and Chartoff Winkler proudly present Rocky III.
The worst thing happened to you that could happen to any fighter. You got civilized. Get out of here with you!
The truth is, we both started out on the same corner, and I got lucky with my life, and it's driving you nuts.
Philadelphia salutes its favorite son, Rocky Balboa.
Hey, why don't you tell all these nice folks why you've been ducking me?
This guy is a wrecking machine.
You know, you got a big mouth.
Why don't you come out and close it, Balboa? Come on.
I want to fight this guy.
You fight him without me.
Balboa was a fine champion, but his time has passed.
See that look in their eyes, Rock? Got to get that look back, Rock. Eye of the tiger, come on.
I will destroy any man who tries to take what I got. I'm gonna torture him. I'm gonna crucify him real bad.
For the first time in my life, I'm afraid.
Damn, Ron, come on!
There's nothing wrong with being afraid.
You thought I was tough? This jump will kill you.
You wake up after a few years thinking you're a winner, but you're not.
There is no tomorrow.
You're really a loser.
Well, I don't believe it.
There is no tomorrow.
It's Rocky's greatest challenge to save his honor, his marriage, and his manhood against his most devastating and dangerous opponent.
I'll bust you all.
Go for it.
Sylvester Stallone, Talia Shire, Burgess Meredith, Carl Weathers, Burt Young, and introducing Mr. T. Rocky III, an American tradition.
Rocky III was released on May 28, 1982. Made on a $17 million budget, it made a total of $270 million worldwide at the box office. Rocky IV is the fourth film and centers on a conflict between Rocky Balboa and Soviet boxer Ivan Drago during the height of the Cold War. The story begins when former champion Apollo Creed comes out of retirement to fight Drago in a heavily publicized exhibition match in Las Vegas. However, the fight turns tragic when Drago's overwhelming power leads to Apollo's death in the ring. Devastated and feeling responsible, Rocky challenges Drago to a match in the Soviet Union to avenge his friend and prove himself once again. As Rocky trains in the harsh winter conditions of rural Russia using old fashioned methods, Drago prepares with advanced technology, scientific monitoring, and performance enhancing injections. The final fight becomes more than a boxing match, symbolizing the political and cultural tension between the United States and the Soviet Union. Rocky eventually earns the respect of the Soviet crowd through his determination and resilience. The film was written, directed by, and starred Sylvester Stallone. Stallone wanted the movie to feel bigger, faster, and more visually exciting than the earlier entries, which led to a style heavily focused on montages, music, and intense training sequences. The movie became known for its energetic pacing and iconic soundtrack, featuring songs such as Burning Heart, Hearts on Fire, and Living in America. Dolph Lundgren was cast as Ivan Drago after an extensive search for someone who looked physically intimidating enough to challenge Rocky. Lundgren's imposing size and athletic background made him perfect for the role. During filming, Stallone and Lundgren performed many scenes with real punches for authenticity. Stallone later revealed that one punch from Lundgren during the fight scenes hit him so hard in the chest that he was hospitalized for several days. The movie also features the return of Carl Weathers as Apollo Creed, whose dramatic death became one of the franchise's most emotional moments. Rocky IV became the highest grossing film in the franchise for many years and one of the defining sports films of the 1980s. Its mix of Cold War themes, memorable music, and larger than life characters turned it into a major pop cultural phenomenon.
Today, the Soviet Union has officially entered professional boxing.
This is not just an exhibition fight. Look, this is us against them.
He would like to compete against anyone who is qualified.
Drago is the most perfectly trained athlete ever. Whatever he hits, he destroys.
He could have stopped the fight. He could have saved his best friend's life.
I'll never forget you, Apollo.
But now, the one thing he can't do is walk away.
Has the fight date been set yet?
December 25th.
Where?
It's in Russia.
Are you nuts?
Miss Balboa, when will you be going to Russia?
I'm not going to Russia. I don't know what you're talking about.
He's had one professional fight, and one man is dead.
Tabibi, he's going to have to kill me.
Why can't you change your thinking?
Because I'm a fighter.
You can't win!
I must break you.
Rocky IV.
Rocky IV was released on November 27, 1985. Made on a $28 million budget, it made $300,500,000 at the worldwide box office. Rocky V follows Rocky Balboa after the events of Rocky IV. Following his brutal fight with Ivan Drago, Rocky is diagnosed with serious brain damage and is forced to retire from boxing. At the same time, poor financial decisions by his accountant leave Rocky and his family bankrupt, forcing them to return from their wealthy lifestyle to their old neighborhood in Philadelphia. Struggling to adjust to normal life, Rocky opens a small boxing gym and begins training a talented young fighter named Tommy Gunn. As Tommy rises to fame, Rocky becomes increasingly distant from his own son, Robert, while Tommy is manipulated by greedy boxing promoters who want to turn him into a star. Eventually, Tommy betrays Rocky, leading to a final street fight between the former mentor and student. The film marked the return of director John G. Avildsen, who had directed the original Rocky in 1976. Sylvester Stallone wanted the story to move away from the larger-than-life spectacle of Rocky IV and return to the grounded emotional style of the first film. The movie focused more on family struggles, aging, and the consequences of Rocky's boxing career. Real-life boxer Tommy Morrison was cast as Tommy Gunn, bringing real boxing experiences to the role. Morrison was promoted as a future heavyweight star at the time, and the film helped increase his public profile. Returning cast members included Talia Shire as Adrian and Burt Young as Paulie. Although Rocky V was financially successful, it received a much more mixed reaction than the earlier films. Many fans were surprised by the darker tone and the absence of the traditional final boxing match in the ring. Over time, however, some viewers have appreciated the film's attempt to explore Rocky's emotional struggles and reconnect the character with his humble beginnings. The movie was originally intended to be the final chapter of Rocky Balboa's story. However, Sylvester Stallone later returned to the role after feeling the series deserved a stronger conclusion.
From a million to one shot, he became a true champion of the world. Now, the glory.
Because of the continuous violent blows to the head, the effects are irreversible.
The crowds.
My husband is retired. He has nothing more to prove.
And the money are gone.
You lost millions.
Look, I still got my place in the old neighborhood.
His title is in the hands of a new champion.
He might win a few fights, but he's no Rocky Balboa.
Controlled by an unscrupulous promoter.
This is your medical report. It's not so good, but we can work around it.
All that's left is his family.
We've been down before. I'll get it all back.
His heart.
I gotta fight, okay? I got problems, I gotta fight.
And a dream. A dream to get it all back.
This is a tremendous opportunity.
Opportunity for who? For you to make money for him to be disabled?
You know he can't carry Balboa's stuff.
As long as they got Balboa on the brain, he'll always be champ.
Got to challenge that man to fight. And if he refuses, then you gotta insult him. You gotta dog him. You gotta humiliate him. You gotta do whatever you got to do to get him into that ring. Hey, Tommy, you're a piece of garbage, you know that?
No! That's it! You told him I'd fight anywhere, anytime.
In the ring. Tommy Gunn only fights in the ring.
My ring's outside.
Yeah? Let's do it.
Come on, Tony, knock me out!
Rocky V was released on November 16, 1990. Made on the highest budget of the series, $42 million, it made a worldwide box office total of $120 million. Rocky Balboa is the sixth film in the Rocky series and serves as a comeback story for the aging boxer Rocky Balboa. Set many years after his retirement, Rocky is now living quietly in Philadelphia after the death of his wife, Adrian. He runs a small Italian restaurant named after her and spends much of the time telling stories to customers while struggling with loneliness and regrets about the past. Meanwhile, the current heavyweight champion Mason Dixon is criticized by fans who see him as talented but uninspiring. After a computer simulation predicts that a prime Rocky could defeat Dixon, a media frenzy leads to an exhibition boxing match between the elderly former champion and the young title holder. Rocky decides to return to training one last time, determined not necessarily to win, but to prove himself that he has still strength and purpose left in his life. The film focuses heavily on themes of aging, perseverance, grief, and dignity. The movie was written, directed by, and starred Sylvester Stallone, who created the film partly in response to disappointment over the reception of Rocky V. Stallone wanted to give the character a more emotional and respectful conclusion that returned to the spirit of the 1976 film. The screenplay emphasized Rocky's humanity and personal struggles more than spectacle. To make the boxing scenes feel realistic, Stallone filmed portions of the final fight during real boxing events, including a major championship broadcast in Las Vegas. This allowed the production to capture authentic crowd reactions and atmosphere. The film reunited several important elements from the earlier movies, including Philadelphia locations, Bill Conti's famous musical themes, and Rocky's emotional connection to Adrian. Many fans and critics praised the movie for restoring the heart and emotional depth of the series after the more exaggerated style of some earlier sequels. Rocky Balboa was both a critical and commercial success and was widely seen as a strong and satisfying return for the character. The film eventually helped open the door for the later Creed spin off series, which continued Rocky Balboa's legacy for a new generation.
Who was the greatest? Who was the best of all time? If two athletes from different eras could actually compete against one another, who would come out on top? In one corner, the reigning champion at Mason the Line Dixon. He'll be pitted against the former two-time heavyweight champion, Rocky Balboa. Computer says Rocky Balboa would be triumphant.
I think there's still some stuff in the basement.
What basement?
In here. I think I want to, like, fight. You know, nothing big, small stuff, like locally.
What are you trying to prove, Pop?
I thought you might want to get involved.
Don't you think you're too, old?
I think your brain's losing altitude.
You heard Rocky Balboa applied for a license. You want me to fight a guy that I can beat with both hands tied behind my back?
That computer fight got a lot of people curious.
Yeah, but I ain't interested in getting, like, mangled and embarrassed.
People are gonna think you're going crazy.
What's crazy about standing toe-to-toe saying I am?
If this is something that you gotta do, then you do it. Fighters fight.
To beat this guy, you need speed. You don't have it. You've got calcium deposits on most of your joints, so sparring is out.
I had that problem.
So what we'll be calling on is blunt force trauma. Heavy-duty punches that will rattle his ancestors. Let's start building some hurting bombs.
We ain't playing with you. Hockey, the press has labeled you a Balboasaurus. How do you feel about that?
It's a fight. Head bustin'. We gon' hit him.
Larry, why is this billed as an exhibition?
So they wouldn't have to call it an execution.
It's a fight. Head bustin'. It's a fight.
It takes guts climbing back in that ring knowing you're gonna take a beating.
It's over.
Ain't nothing over till it's over.
Where's that from? The 80s?
That's probably in the 70s.
Rocky Balboa.
Can you do it?
Rocky Balboa was released on December 20th, 2006. Made on a $24 million budget, it made $156 million worldwide at the box office. The Rocky saga didn't quite end there, as in 2015, a spin-off movie series was created titled Creed. The film focuses on young boxer Adonis Creed, the son of legendary Apollo Creed. Sylvester Stallone takes on Rocky Balboa as a side character and becomes Adonis Creed's trainer. The story continued in 2018's Creed 2, where Adonis faces off against Victor Drago, the son of Ivan Drago from Rocky IV. The film also sees Rocky come face to face with his old nemesis, so in a way, Creed 2 can be seen slightly jokingly also as Rocky IV Part 2. Creed 3 was released in 2023 and continues the fighting adventures of Adonis Creed. However, the film does not feature Sylvester Stallone, as he opted not to return to the character of Rocky in this part due to not liking the direction of the story. He did, however, remain on as a producer of the film. All three Creed films were very successful at the box office.